how has private coaching helped your career? It's made all the difference. I know coaching's not for everybody, and I didn't think coaching was for me either, but I have to say that if you find the right one, and that's why I was saying, go to the web, podcasts and websites and, everything else. That's a good one. So, coaching may not be for you, but it also might be. It might be something, and you have coaches in your offices, your brokers, some of your senior agents. I mean, you guys have a wealth of knowledge surrounding you, so I would just say find that. Who is your coach? Why do you like them? My coach is Dirk Zeller, and I started coaching with him, I'd say it was about 5 years ago. And I would say his first year in real estate, I still read that book over and over again, because it always applies. I think a lot of times you forget that your first year in real estate, every year, January 1st comes around, we all go back to zero. I usually get depressed for like the first week or so. I feel like, oh my God, I gotta do all that again. But in reality, we all start over again, And if you don't maintain some of those things that you do when you start, you will never continue to go. So don't ever forget those basics. Sometimes those basics are the most important things that you can do. Within the first 5 years of getting into the real estate business, what were your biggest obstacles and how did you overcome them? My biggest obstacle, I would say, would be time. A lot of you in here know my husband is a police officer. He's worked nights for many, many years. He's done narcotics. He's been on the narcotics department for the last 10 years. So doing real estate when you don't have a lot of nights available is not easy, especially if you don't want to show up carting the kids around, which doesn't always look like the most professional thing. So luckily my mom, who many of you know is also a realtor, has also been a huge reason why I was able to get past some of those obstacles. But that time obstacle is what made me really start turning my business over into a listing business. And I kept going to these sessions and kept hearing Scott and everybody else say, and you'll hear so many coaches, listings are where it's at, listings are where it's at, listings are where you're gonna build your business. And I do believe that that is very, very true, and buyers are extremely important. But if you don't always have the inventory, you don't always have the contacts coming through, then you're looking for business a lot more than you will be if you have a steady inventory of listings. So for me, the biggest obstacle was time and learning how to, and that's why I became such a good time blocker. And we'll go over that and I'll kind of explain to you guys what I do. So I would say that, and just learning, I felt like I didn't know enough all the time, and I felt like I would go sit outside of Beverly Sala's office. For a lot of you guys who remember Beverly Sala, I'd sit outside of her office and I would just listen because that woman could talk to people. And I wouldn't always understand what she was talking about, but I was learning how to talk to people. And so, sometimes just being around the right people and really paying attention, you guys will learn a lot and it'll help you to overcome those obstacles. What was the hardest part of starting your team? Delegating. Delegating. Still bad about it sometimes. Let go. That's so hard when you're a realtor and you've built your business and you know every single part about it, to hand pieces off and tell somebody else, can you handle this or can you handle that? That was hard for me, and it still is sometimes. But the fact that I have the most amazing people around me, I know they're always going to do it, and I know they're always going to handle it, and they make great judgment calls. So it was all me. It was never any of the people I was working with. It was me becoming comfortable. So you have to be willing to do that. Otherwise, it's never going to grow like you want it to. What is the best advice you can give for a new agent less than 1 year to obtain clients other than referrals from personal friends? That's a good one. You guys are probably not going to like what I did for my first couple of years, but it's just as applicable now as it was then. And I actually heard somebody from another company the other day hiring their kids to go do what I last did, and there was a little piece of me that got a little competitive when I heard that. And I was like, oh, they're getting back out there again. You have to get in front of people. So expand your social media network. I mean, we didn't have Facebook when I started, but I was still paying for newspaper ads. It was expensive, when I started real estate, because you couldn't do all these free things that we can do now. To start now, it's never easy to start, it's never easy to sustain. But the social media, get involved, figure out a way, start pages, start groups, join groups, do videos, get connected, join outside groups. Thank God I had kids, because I keep saying once they graduate, I need to find some more because they really helped me. I need to be able to join a mom's group again. We've actually all been joking about starting a teen group here, and that is probably going to happen. All my mom's group friends, we were like, why do you do that when they're toddlers? It's actually, you need them when they're teenagers. But join the groups. Get yourself out there. In worst case scenario, go farm in person. And that's what I did. I knocked on doors. And was that my favorite thing to do? No, it was not. But I got really good at it, and let me just tell you, that's how I jumped. My second to third year, I completely jump-started my business from doing that, and I was religious about it. So if anybody's interested, I'll explain to you how I did that later.